Good.
At least this time I didn't forget to go live.
Yeah, there you go.
So how's Harold today?
Wonderful. I was just almost late getting here, though.
It's 70 and sunny down there.
Yeah. 70 degrees. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Short sleeve shirt.
I got short sleeves on, but I don't have the heat on.
I don't have any heat on.
It's a nice day, though, here. We're pretty good. It snowed yesterday morning, though.
Did it?
Yeah, we woke up and there was a half inch of snow, you know, and I was going up yesterday. I spent the day. I went up to see Gary Brown, and he's a Old Iron Machine Works.
Yeah.
And went up, saw Gary, and he had he was in the past he collected Delta table saws and things like that too, and he had a pile of stuff, and he has all the parts I needed that were broken on the one I'm restoring, and he donated those to me. Very nice of him, just super nice. And he gave me a joiner, a Delta joiner that goes with it and everything. So it's gonna come out really nice. And I got to thank Gary a lot for the donation.
Yeah.
You didn't bring home a new lathe?
No, but he did have a Jacobs nice ball bearing, one of those super chucks sitting on his tailgate, and I talked him out of that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff though, you guys. He doesn't show anything compared to what he has.
I was teasing him, Rio Vista, there's no bedrock there, and I was teasing him that he's going to start sinking.
Yeah. Now Dean, he says the ground is real stable there, and man, I can't believe it's real stable there.
Yeah.
It's Delta. It's still Delta ground.
Yeah, it's peat moss and silt basically.
Yeah, it's that. But I mean, it's rich dirt. The dirt there is just unbelievable, black and rich. It's it's awesome.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear somebody.
Yeah.
We hear you.
Great. Why isn't my video working, Randy the expert?
Oh yeah. How am I supposed to know?
I show on the bottom start cam, and it's got an X through it, but when I
he clicked too much.
Yeah.
Might have to reboot.
Yeah. Oh, there's Stan. Look at that. How does he do that with all the fancy?
Yeah, I think he's ahead of us in technology.
Yeah, I guess so. Hard to believe, but he is.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, Stan.
Hey, Stan.
All right. Is that the
Stan,
new?
I got my audio, but my video's not working.
Oh man, I don't know. Ray, I asked Chuck to call you and see if he could help you get it connected.
Okay. I'll watch my phone. I got it on mute, but my start cam has a line through it.
See if he could help you get it connected. Then you're getting the wrong choice of cam.
Hey Ray, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
If you hit Control Alt Delete twice, it'll fix everything.
No, it won't. I just need to fire my camera up, but my light is on the camera.
All right, Winky, is that you that have the YouTube volume on somewhere?
Yes, somebody.
Let me make sure.
Winky, is that you that have
That was me.
That's better.
That was me. I'm sorry. I fixed it.
We caught the culprit.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm sorry for accusing the wrong guy.
That's okay.
We'll take you back to camera 2. That's my penance. You can look at my Monarch.
There you go.
How's the roof coming along there, Stan?
Good. Here, let me switch back. The roof is right there over my head. I'm in the new part of the shop. I thought
nice.
I thought I'd set up here in the new part today. We knocked off early. We got half the shop up, but as you can see up there, I got a roof over my head. and my golf cart's not out in the weather anymore, so I'm pretty happy.
Nice. Did you say that's from Oldridge? Is the company that makes that?
That's Aldrich Building Systems. Yeah.
Okay.
They're a little challenging to work with. The company is great. I mean, their material when it comes in, it's prefab, but there's prefab and then there's prefab. These guys are like first level prefab. I've worked with some really good prefab companies where we'll do a whole job and literally didn't drill a single hole. Everything lines up, everything fits. There's a lot of cutting and trimming and drilling and
Hey, Randy.
to do with this system.
Hey, hold on, Ray. Hey, Harold, drop me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to find Randy here.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah, I don't know. I got my. It says start cam, but it has a line through it.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hey,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, can you help Ray get connected?
Can I help Ray?
No, I did not.
Ray, looks like Ray's having trouble with his video. We could hear him fine.
Yeah, he's ugly. We don't need to see him.
Yeah, I tested it before we all got on.
Well, let's listen in and see
If
if
you go to your Windows start bar and just type in camera, it'll let you see what your camera's seeing.
Yes.
Can I flip my camera?
Yes.
No. I can't flip my camera. Huh. I gotta shut.
Yeah,
the
so
machine.
Stan, at some
Privacy.
point I need to do a little lean-to edition. You know, just 3 walls and just a slope roof, like a shed roof.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be
Well,
worth going that route or just trying to do something.
This
on my own.
roofing material is a
New camera
real
and everything is on.
proprietary to Oldrich. It's a real high back. It's got a lot of rib to it, so it's really strong.
Okay, like a Q deck or.
Yeah, but it's not industry standard. So if you go with these guys, you got to stay with them. So the rest of the shop was all built back in '98, and the old company it was called Dry Creek Barnes. And I searched and searched because I wanted to get this exact same roofing material so it would drop into the other one, you know, so the corrugated would line up. And I finally found them, and I had to chase them down. They were calling themselves Oldrich Building Systems up by Bakersfield. They're up in Arvin, and called them, and they said, "Oh yeah, we remember Dry Creek Barnes," and they had this old guy working up there, and he goes, "Yeah, I've been here since '95, so yeah, we still do things the same way. We still got the same machine that roll forms the high back rib, so I was able to get the same material." So I was pretty pleased with that, and throughout the years they've used the same construction methods, so everything kind of lines up and matches as good as can be expected. So I'm pleased with what they did for me.
You're not taking,
that's lucky they could match everything up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're not taking out any wall, are you? In between, you're just going to use the doorway that was there.
If someone's talking, I can barely hear them.
Oh, it's me. It ain't working, huh? Anyway,
Chuck sounds real faint.
Yeah, Chuck was asking if you're going to take any existing walls out or just use the doorway that's there.
Oh, yeah, I can. The division walls are non-bearing, so the trusses are still up and top. Chuck, you know that little room in the center of the shop?
yeah.
That has to stay because that's where the two trusses come together, is over that room. So that little room in the middle has to remain, but the walls to the sides can come out.
Hey, I got a question for the group.
Okay.
I got this on eBay. The CBN wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got a countersink right there. It looks to be a US 82 degree or whatever it is. It's got one of those is just a clearance hole, and the other one is a threaded hole. How does that thing mount? Any clue?
Well, depends on what you're trying to mount it to.
Well, I'd like to just make a like a tool grinder out of it. I thought about making like a 3-inch faceplate and with a center hole in the center of it. But is that the right way to mount it?
Are you just gonna put it on a motor, Winky?
I'll probably make a mandrel for one.
Like an arbor?
Yeah, an arbor. Right.
There's the backplate for a carbide grinder. That's what
Right.
Get it as concentric as you possibly can, because truing up a diamond wheel is
Hey.
Hey, Ray, you made it.
Hey, Steve.
There he is.
I won't be able to true that up. It'll just be what it is. I got to get it concentric.
right.
Ray, you're in the dark.
Even dressing
How do I lighten myself up?
with a light.
Turn the lights on.
Turn the lights on. Well, then it might blow you out.
You got your sunglasses on.
So is that countersink in the middle? Is that a standard way to mount these things?
I've never seen one like that.
I've never seen one like that either.
It doesn't seem like a good method to keep things centered. But
Is that better?
No, Ray.
A little bit.
I'm getting some glare off your dome.
Hey, well, I put the light on.
Dude, you're blinding me, man. Come on.
Well, here, let me try to lighten up the camera. Let me try something else.
You guys are working him to death.
hey, I liked your Wood Creek. I liked your bandsaw video.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
I like that little table.
Yeah,
That's
it's a perfect size for just leaving it on. I mean,
yeah. You're usually just doing small stuff when you're doing that anyway.
Exactly.
I saw where you commented on my video.
Yeah, nice and stout.
Yeah, it's a big table for sure. See how it works?
Yeah, that's a good idea with the square tube.
Yeah, it just clamps in the vise and quick change.
Yep.
So Ray, what's going on up there, man?
Well, I just got out from underneath the Tundra, changing all its fluids.
Oh,
Tranny
wanna
fluid.
do my dually?
And
It's only a
you saw I
3-gallon oil change. It's
Instagram.
not that
I've
bad.
been working with this. What's this stuff called? Let me see. The guy told me. I'm turning
acrylic?
squares into rounds. And this stuff it's pretty cool because you could use it for like screwdriver handles. And if you're making tools, the stuff's really stable and the machine's nice.
People are making
That's what he calls this stuff.
people are making
red, white, and blue.
nice-
You know, patriotic on it.
It's acrylic acetate.
Oh, it's Delrin.
Delrin.
Not really. Delrin actually machines nicer than this. This is a little bit harder and more stable.
It's probably recycled.
Oh, Delrin's called acetal, isn't it?
No.
What did you call me?
I called you a horse's ass. Isn't
No, this is
Delrin
acetate.
acetate or an acetal?
No, acetate. I don't know what a Delrin is.
I think another term for Delrin is that Randy will know. Delrin, another term for it is either acetate or acetal.
Acetal, yeah. It's
Yeah.
acetal.
His is acetate.
Yeah, and but I think people are using that stuff, Ray, to make knife scales for knife handles.
Exactly.
Because it comes in all different color combinations and everything.
The guy makes duck calls from this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what are you
Better
making
than
with it,
it's
right?
better than
That
the lathe.
material, it has nice harmonics. I don't know. I don't have a musical ear by any means, so I don't know. I just machine the stuff for him.
Yeah, it looked like you were making silly string, Ray.
I know. I think that's how they make silly string. I might have to go into business making that.
When are we going to see some video, Ray?
Well, after I get over this hump, we all went through the Rona. So the whole house got it at different times, usually around Christmas. And then we had to put our Rottweiler down.
Oh no.
It's just been one damn thing after another. So I've been wanting to do another video on shop air because I get a million questions on, hey, what kind of air system you have? And how do you keep it dry and all that good stuff? So that's probably going to be my next video.
Yeah, I know I've been off the video thing. Julie came down with cancer again.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I know I haven't said anything much. Yuchol knew, but 2 days before Christmas we find out. So
Wow.
it's, yeah, but she had surgery a week ago and she's doing good, and so yeah. So I haven't had much time.
Well, family's more important than any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, my prayers go out to all them folks in Texas, man. They're getting rocked.
It's 70 and sunny, Harold says.
Yeah, sure seems sure. It's 70 outside my back door right now.
Wow. So how was it during the worst part?
Well, it was about, I think it got down to about 15.
That's getting down there.
Yeah, this happens about every 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then everybody remembers
your
the pipes
furniture to
that they
stay
didn't
warm.
Yeah. I remember it happened back in, I think, 84 or 85. I just started this evil polluting refinery, and everything froze. The fire mains were shooting water all over the place when it thawed out. We wrecked the tower because we couldn't, our instruments frozen. We didn't know if it had stuff in it or not. And it got full of sulfur, and, and just this happens to all the plants shut down, whenever this happens, because they lose control, and there you are.
Hey, Harold, what company did you work for?
Well, I started out the second time around. I started out for Amoco, and then Amoco sold out to BP, and so then I was working for BP.
Oh, yeah.
I preferred Amoco. But
I worked for Exxon. I came into Baytown all the time. I was in Baytown all the time in there.
Well, I'll tell you, now Marathon owns the refinery I worked in, and everybody there is miserable. They hate Marathon.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law worked for Conoco. He ran a refinery for them up in Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Conoco's got a few places up there.
Yeah, all those little refineries back during the 80s and late 80s, they shut them all down. Most of the companies did, because it was cheaper to just shut them down and make the stuff somewhere else instead of bringing them up to all the latest government regulations. I imagine they probably shut 100 to 120 of them down during that time.
So, Stan, how long did it take you to do all the walls and to where you are now? How many days? Just
we took delivery on the Edition Friday at noon.
Oh, okay.
So what's today? Sunday. So that was half a day Friday, all day yesterday, and then we only worked a half a day today.
Oh, what took you so long?
Yeah,
I know. I used slacking.
He had 8 guys there working on it.
I had my regular 2 guys, just me and 2 others.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, it's very similar to a spray booth. We're used to prefabricated stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like a building that uses the red iron where you have to put the structure up and then come back and do the sheeting. It's when you have to put the walls up, they're done. The walls are up.
Yeah. I built a couple control rooms out of a prefab type, similar to what you're doing on ships. We built these control rooms, and they were all prefab modular. We drew it up, and then they built the stuff and sent it to us, and we just had to assemble it. But it went fast. Just a few days, we were done.
Actually, we use walk-in refrigerator panels when we build clean rooms.
Yeah.
Because they usually put some kind of an air handler on them, like an air conditioning or an HVAC system on them, so they want some insulation. So we get the thin ones. They're only 2-inch thick walls, but they're foam core with a wood structure, and then they've got laminated aluminum skins inside and out. Now those aren't legal for like a spray booth because of the burn time of a spray booth. If that caught on fire, that wall would just melt. But we use them for clean rooms. We do a lot of laboratory clean rooms, and actually, the guys that are growing pot these days, they're buying clean rooms. We're over in the valley all the time, standing up clean rooms, and you can tell when you drive in, there's a negative element that surrounds that industry. And they usually order like a 20 by 20 clean room, and they say, we're going to do our own lighting. We don't want you to do any lighting. So they got special lights for growing pot. It's a different world we're living in.
Hey, Harold, tell that guy Lars that Delrin's a good thing to practice with, making gears.
There you go.
Well, Ray, you just told him.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm dying to tell y'all a story.
Okay.
Hey, I told you, you guys all know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer now. Come on.
Today, driving home, I saw this little white Toyota extension ladder on the headache rack. And I just got to think, when I was in Saudi, I got promoted the first time to a job where I could have a company truck. They gave me this 6-cylinder Chevrolet truck, about a year old, but good shape, And they had just completed a 4-lane divided highway from Dhahran heading to Kuwait. And so I would get on that road and go most of the way home. So my first day with that new truck, I get up there and I set it down on the floor at about 95. And I'm trucking along, and I passed this little white Toyota. He's got this 20-yard long, looks like extension ladder, just flopping like bird's wings up there on the top, that truck. Little brown man driving, he looks over at me and grins and eases on off down the road, And I put it all the way to the floor, and that truck wouldn't do but about 102, something like that. And he goes off and leaves me. So every day for the rest of the summer, when I got up on that road, there'd be that little white Toyota, and the guy would grin at me and ease on off down the road. So one day, the weather changed. It got to be winter, and the wind was from behind me. I got up first day up on that road, and the truck sounded all quiet and different, And like, here comes the guy with the little white truck, and I ease down on it, and I'm doing 105. Cool of him. He's obviously down on it some more, and I keep on right on down to the bottom, 110, 115, and I go off and leave him. And I did that every day for the whole week. And and there you were. I never saw him again after that first week, but I guess he didn't count on the wind changing come wintertime. I had that big old tall Chevrolet, and he had a little short, dinky Toyota, and I was catching twice the wind he was.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
Hello, Billy.
Tell us about Gary Brown's shop. You went there?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't show you anything that he has.
Tell me about it.
Oh, man.
But anytime you mention a machine, he sends me a picture of one that he or one or two that he owns.
Oh, we just visited at his house. We didn't go out to the 40-foot container and the 20-foot container that he's got down the street that are full of stuff. Radial arm drills, sanders, tool and die grinder. So he has a cylindrical grinder in there. Several, lathes. Oh.
I'm supposed to go there next weekend.
Yeah.
You get some amazing deals on stuff.
He does really well.
Sounds like I need to make a trip down there.
If he could get to things, he could actually do something in the shop. But he has so much stuff crammed in there that it's really hard. I mean, he uses the one lathe all the time, but to get to everything else, and he got some really cool old milling machines that I've never even seen before. So
cool.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff.
Randy, he's been digging out the side of the hill for years to build the shop.
His backyard.
Does he have timeline as to when he may start?
He's almost done digging.
Oh.
So it's going to be 40 by 60 back there.
Yeah, he's got
It's
plenty.
going to fill up the backyard.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't sound like it's big enough, given that he has a 40-foot container. And
No, it's it's not. No.
Maybe it's going to be 2-story.
I don't think it's so, but it's probably going to be pretty tall inside, but not 2 stories.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's going to fill up the backyard. He's in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's really houses. It's neighborhood. So.
Yeah.
hey, Ray, I feel
Yeah.
like I'm in some sort of documentary hidden identity interview with you
I
sitting in
don't
the
know how to
dark
light
room.
my camera up.
Yeah, you can adjust the exposure on them. And
Yeah,
things
I
like
tried
that.
to do that, but I didn't want to drop everyone.
Oh.
The camera doesn't let you make changes when it's in use.
I mean, it looked like you're a DEA guy ready to give an interview or something.
Hey, let's not tell any secrets now, all right?
Okay.
Hey, Chuck, thank you for sending those tool holders to Gary there.
Well, I feel so bad. I thought you said CA. CAs are huge.
Wait a minute, Chuck. When do you ever feel bad? Come on
I
now.
felt bad.
So how many hotshot users do we have here? Harold does not have one. Yuchol's got a hotshot. Dean, I don't think you do.
No.
I got a bunch of them.
My life.
I got a big one.
You got one. Billy got one. Randy, he's building his own. Ray's got one. Steven, I owe you one. And Chuck is too cheap to buy one.
Too cheap?
So there's a few
Anyway,
hotshot
don't
users
talk
here.
about him when he's not
Hey,
there.
Chuck, welcome back.
Now you can say that.
We're talking about you.
I look at the flea market all the time for them, see if they show up.
I use a toaster oven.
Actually, I bought an oven 2 years ago, and it's never been turned on yet. Not your oven, but I bought one. I have one.
Yeah, I know.
Stan, I thought you were going out of production on them.
End of February, I can't make them anymore.
How come?
really?
I'm bound by contract to no longer make ovens by the end of this month.
I
know.
So you're just finishing up the ones you have.
Yeah, I
then?
just got a few I'm finishing up, and then I can put all that stuff away. I'm not at liberty to show pictures of it, but American Rotary's got some real nice looking prototypes they're putting out, and they've sent me some pictures, and they're sending me one of the early prototypes for testing here. So I'm going to try to destroy one, and they're going to try to destroy one, and see if we can melt them down.
Because I've been watching their site to see if they were going to introduce it, and they haven't said anything yet.
We're not ready. They're not ready to announce yet. They're hoping by late March. There's going to be a kind of a lag spike in there. I've got one set aside for you, but I haven't got it put together yet. I know you want one.
Well, that makes ours
That's
worth twice as much instantly, right?
Well, they bought the name too. Hotshot is copyrighted, so it's going to be the Hotshot by American Rotary, and then you've got a Hotshot by RZ.
I know.
Okay.
This is special.
So it's still a Hotshot because it's a great name. I came up with that name in the middle of the night. Just woke up in bed, wide awake, sat up, Hotshot.
See, Everett's on. He's
Stan, I sent you a text. Did you get it?
I can't hear you, Randy. I'm going to turn this up. Let me know if I'm feeding back, but I'm going to turn up a little bit here. Go ahead, Rand.
I sent you a text. Tell me you got it.
Oh,
Why don't you just tell him what you texted him?
Because I don't want to tell everybody who's watching.
Oh, come on.
well, I thought, yeah, okay, I got it. I got your text. I thought you were building your own. I sent you a coil. Did you ever put it in?
I don't have. I'm running out of time.
Welcome.
I have been so busy. Give me a number.
I'll give you a number. What the and you want one by me, or do you want an American rotary one?
What about you?
Well, I'm not that niche. I mean that's what these guys do is they manufacture stuff. They're going to do runs of like 100 hot shots, and that's more than I could ever handle. Most I ever did was 20 in one shot. You know, when I do a run of them, and that's all. Even doing 20 ovens, that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
Randy,
Dan,
I'll
do you have any
tell
idea
you
what
mine.
the price point's going to be?
Oh, Yuchol wants to bump up to a 1200, so
Yeah, I'll
You
sell you
choose
mine.
a bigger
$2,000, Randy. $2,000.
Oh,
It's
yeah, but
special.
I want a 1200 though.
It's already broke in.
well, you got to be careful when if they get bounced around too much after they're broke in, then it'll damage them. You know, that's why I let the customer break them in. They get fragile. So.
Yeah.
I need to pick up an argon kit for mine still.
Oh, did you send me an email on that?
I was chatting with you a couple of weeks ago about it. And you said you were waiting on the gauges or something.
They're in. I forgot all about it. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm going a million different directions.
I got it.
I do have an argon kit. I can get it to you.
All right. I'll ping you.
I'm making macaroni and cheese.
Hey, Randy.
I'll take some macaroni and cheese.
Hey, Randy, I was watching one of Mr. Pete's old videos, the meet and greet. I didn't realize that you were there.
Well, because they can hear you.
Yeah.
Did you make a special trip just for that, or were you on a road trip for other stuff?
I went just for the meet and greet, and I actually stayed with Lyle.
Nice.
Yeah, he was really nice.
I bet that was special.
Yeah, it was fun. It was. I hope he does it again. I don't know. He's told me he'd like to do it again, and but now the COVID thing got in there and all that. So I don't know. Maybe this. I don't know about this year, but maybe next year.
Interesting about COVID, watching, who's that Naomi Cyborg, sexy cyborg? Have you ever seen her?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Only for her content, Chuck.
Yeah, right. She showed today this robot factory she went to. Nobody had masks on. And then she went out to the restaurant where these robots work, and nobody had masks on, the whole place. And I went through all the comments, reading to see who asked about COVID, and finally one person asked about COVID. It said, did they lower the standards or something like that? And she said, yeah. But pretty odd, huh? Here we're wearing masks. In China, they don't have any masks on.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
They're all immune now. They've all had it.
That could be.
Did they ever have it?
Yeah, there you go.
That's a bigger question.
The latest figure says that the new cases are dropping about 76% a day. And that's pretty much all over the country.
That's good.
Yeah, maybe more of us have had it than we think.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're getting better with the testing, so they can distinguish between COVID and normal flu now.
No, they changed the standard of the testing.
Yes, exactly.
That's what they did, and and they did it 10 hours after Trump was inaugurated or something. They changed the standard.
Yeah,
nice, huh?
That's what that +1 is supposed to mean, Randy. Election +1. COVID goes bye-bye.
Well, the testing was really weird. If you tested positive, the accuracy rate was pretty high. But for those that tested negative, there was only about 90% accuracy. So, for example, my mother was tested negative. A week later, she was hospitalized. My sister tested negative twice, but they were both incorrect. So it was one of those things that, like, what's the point of testing if the results aren't accurate?
Accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
You having fun, Harold?
Harold's got a new toy.
I had to grind some BS.
Is that a no politics flag or something you made there?
No, it's a BS grinder.
Oh.
This is the plastic Randy gave Mr. Pete's house. This is all I figured to do with it since then. Made a base for a BS grinder.
I love it.
Yeah. I can grind away all day.
I bet you do.
You know, we invented that in Texas.
The
I
grinder?
believe it.
BS.
Oh.
So Chuck, I noticed you've been 3D printing a lot. So Naomi's been a good motivator and influencer for you for that.
No, it's Harold, the guy next to you on the screen. He's my mentor.
Oh, Harold.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Harold's all the problems.
Bruno's my mentor, so Chuck asked me, and I can go and ask Bruno.
But it's been fun.
I forgot to sign in to Yahoo. Maybe I'll probably have a lot of messages there for people. Okay.
Randy, are you still using Fusion?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because they changed the memberships on that, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
You can't have free version anymore as a hobby guy.
I don't know. I've been paying for it for 2 years now.
Oh, you have.
Yeah,
I
I don't
backpedaled on some of that.
I
What was
just-
that, Billy?
I said they backpedaled a little bit on some of those things because a lot of people got pissed off. They
Yeah,
opened
'cause they took some of the features away on the freebie one.
right, and they gave one or two of them back, but
Oh, okay.
it's still handicapped really bad. I switched to FreeCAD.
Yeah, Ray, it took me I don't know 8 tries to get on the free hobby one. And
Yeah.
you'd say click here, and you click there, and then you'd go around in a circle and around a circle and around. It did it.
Oh, they're messing with you, Chuck.
I finally just gave up, and then finally I got an email. Boom, I was back in. So I'm back on the hobby.
Okay, so did you notice any features that were missing?
I'm still learning how to use it.
Yeah.
I think they limit you at like 10 active projects or something. On CAM processing, they limit you to active feed, for, no rapids or something like that. And they did allow you to save it out as STLs again. I think that was the 3D printing guys complaining about that.
Yeah, STL. That's what I was using for the Ender.
Yeah, and that's
3D printer.
they added that back in after the community uproar. But I think the opinion is, shame on screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. So people just bailed.
Yeah. On I don't know if you ever looked at Onshape. Onshape has it's a bit limited too. They have some limitations and how many projects you can have and all that, but it's excellent. I mean, it's an excellent modeling program too.
How's the learning curve on it, Randy?
No, it's very similar.
15 years.
It's similar to Fusion. I mean, they're all about the same.
Hey, Howie.
There's Howie.
Howie.
Hey there, buddy.
But all modeling, they're all very similar though. So
I just call Randy and say, "Hey, Randy, can you whip this up for
Yeah,
me?"
he could draw in like 5 minutes.
yeah.
5 minutes versus 5 days.
Yeah.
Right. You guys don't know how many hours I spend on things.
The one feature of Fusion that I really liked is you can incorporate anything from McMaster car catalog into your drawing.
Yeah, that is a very handy feature, being able to do that.
Well, that would be a plus.
It's you want to put a nut or bolts, or it's not like everything they have, but nuts and bolts for sure.
The hardware, yeah.
Other fasteners and things like that. There's a lot of stuff they provide, and on that, it's very handy.
Huh.
I can't remember which one of you. I don't know if it was Randy. One of the guys a couple years ago did a video on free parts by using that feature just to test out to see if the component will work for your project before you go and order and all that. I can't remember who that was.
It was AVE.
Was it AVE?
It was AVE. Yeah, he was 3D printing some parts for that. I remember that.
Got it.
Hey, Steve, is that mac and cheese ready yet?
Oh, I thought it was Stan.
Nope.
No.
Steve's got his microphone off. He don't want to talk to us about it.
I'll talk.
There it goes. I was trying to figure out how to unmute it. Macaroni and cheese isn't ready yet. It's close.
Okay.
I'll take some. I'll take some.
Well, I'm going to have to go. I just got a text from Julie from the house that she says lunch is ready. So,
The mac and cheese is ready.
Hey,
Priorities.
Bumps
Randy, real quick. Randy,
Hey,
real
Randy,
quick.
now what model oven were you looking at?
Well, I'd like a 221. You know, I love a 1200.
1200?
Prefer a 1200. Yeah.
You want a dual environment or a single environment?
Single. Yeah. Probably
Single environment?
I can do everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know.
I'll let you know. Well, Ray hasn't hardly even used his. I gave Ray the very first one I ever built.
Ray doesn't do anything.
He doesn't do anything. He sits around and I think he drinks beer and melts the beer cans. That's all he does.
Actually,
Eats up Doritos.
Lent, Stan, 6 weeks, no beer.
Oh, you're on the wagon now?
Yes, as of Ash Wednesday.
So now,
Wow.
oh yeah. So now you
I
got to
do
melt
every
Pepsi
year.
cans or what?
What's that?
Now you're melting Pepsi cans?
You know what, Stan? I'm glad we tried that because I don't care what anyone says. You can't use cans to make parts.
Dude, it's a total waste
How
of
many cans
electricity.
did we put in that?
There's such a small amount of aluminum in an aluminum can.
And then a lot of it's
Pulling
scrap.
off the inner coating and the silk screen on the outside. To get one crucible full, it's literally like 100 cans. It's ridiculous.
It must be more than that. I can imagine.
Stan ended up cutting up a lot of my aluminum projects and throwing them in the crucible.
That's why they save the pop tops from them because they're pure aluminum.
Well,
It
they're
takes
a
a lot of-
little more sturdy, and
Yeah,
they take an awful lot of those too.
yes, it does.
Well, Ray, you can come visit me because my neighbor across the street has a semi-truck trailer load full of already crushed beer cans that he's been collecting for decades. I mean, there's a lot.
Why don't you turn them in for some money?
Retirement
You can
fund.
take it, haul it all away.
Yeah, because my last load was $1.70 a pound.
Yeah, it's high right now.
Wow.
They're
That's a lot.
Randy, you probably remember they used to have coupons for $2.10 a pound. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen one of them in a while, but man, I was raking it in then. I was drinking like a fish.
I can't imagine trying to do a project with aluminum cans like that.
No.
Well,
you know what a good project is? TIG welding two together.
Oh yeah. Now my wife is phoning me.
All right, go eat, Randy.
I better go.
All right, bye, Randy.
See you, Randy.
All right, take it easy.
Take care, Randy.
See you later, Rand. I'll get back to you on that 1200.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
No problem.
Harold, drop me, okay?
All right, Chuck.
I'll be
You're
back.
gone.
I'll be back.
I don't know what it is, right? My neighbor, he's one of those types that he's got all these hand-painted signs in his driveway that says, "Don't come, we'll shoot," and all that. And he's got all these crushed beer cans he's not doing anything with. He could
He's got
get
a
real
C
money.
train full. A C train full?
A what?
A C train?
C-train.
Yeah, metal container. The big.
No, cargo.
About that size, yes.
No kidding.
And he keeps adding more beer cans to it every year. I don't know what he's going to do with it.
I don't know. I wait till my recycled trash can's full and then I turn them in. Usually it's about 80 pounds.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a couple $100.
Actually, 81 pounds. Yeah, I got, it was 130, I think I got.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Yuchol, don't they pay more there in Oregon? For
Well,
aluminum
Washington,
cans?
Washington.
Oh, you're
here,
Washington. Oh, okay.
I just put them in weekly recycle stuff. We don't drink much, you know. So, I mean, I don't drink alcohol anymore just because I don't know, just you know. and everything
Keep
comes
in
in
mind,
plastic bottle.
Yuchol doesn't drink anymore.
Not anymore.
Doesn't drink any less
Doesn't
either.
drink any less either.
Hey, when you come to Stan or my place, that's going to change, my friend.
Oh, my liver's gonna be coming out of retirement for that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, here's another one. People say that I'm a social drinker. When someone says they're going to have a drink, I say, so shall I.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm thinking about buying some thick parallels. So I'm undecided between 1/4 inch thick and 1/2 inch thick. What do y'all think?
Be like this.
I like the 1/2 inchers.
Half.
Okay, so far the votes for half.
Yeah.
You know what, Harold? Why choose? That's such negativity. Get bored. Why limit yourself?
Get them all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I have a boss lady here that's watching the checkbook.
Yeah, that
Hey,
happens.
everybody, listen
Hey.
to Yuchol. Hey, Yuchol, listen to this. This is my bandsaw. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
That was awesome.
My bandsaw is my best friend. Is my life. That cracked me up. That cracked me up, Yuchol. I got the same saw.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So some of you guys have seen it. My new video, I did it on bandsaw upgrades, and I took a scene from Full Metal Jacket where they were reciting the rifleman's creed and made it to a bandsaw instead of rifle. Had fun with that.
Yeah, that must have taken some time to stitch all that together.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I needed about 7 or 8 audio takes with different frequency voice to make it sound like there's a crowd. And then when you have a camera change the scene to a different person, you got to have a different person's volume higher. It took quite a bit of time.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's a pretty good job.
Thanks.
Which software are you using, Yuchol?
I'm using Adobe Premiere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In a sick way, I actually enjoy the editing. My brain just goes 1,000 miles an hour, and I enjoy the editing part. So I start with this much in my head, and by the time I'm done, it just gets out of control.
I got the Elements version of Premiere. The cheap version, because I'm a cheapskate like Chuck is. But I keep going back to Movie Maker. It's just so much easier to use. And I just need to spend some time learning it.
I had a problem.
Did you ever try Power Director?
I haven't. That's the other one I'm interested in.
That's what I use, and I really like it.
Okay.
That's what Randy uses.
Adobe Premiere, the audio video synchronization. The longer your video runs, the farther out of sync it would get in Adobe. And there was no way I could figure out in Adobe on how to fix it. Now, when I opened a ticket with Adobe, they said, it's your capture device. I said, well, sometimes I use my cell phone. And they said, well, you need to get a professional capture device. I go, so you would, and I said, you're going to have me change the way I capture video, because I'll be on a GoPro, I'll be on my cell phone, I'll be on my Nikon, and then I get all 3 of those sources and bring them together. Some would synchronize and some wouldn't.
That sounds like BS.
And Adobe recognizes this, says, yeah, the longer the video runs, if I'm capturing with, just my cell phone, if say a 20-minute video, if I went nonstop on a 20-minute video, the beginning, the audio and the video would synchronize perfectly, but the longer the video runs, the farther it gets out of sync until it looks like I'm lip syncing or something. It was horrible. And there was absolutely no way to fix it in Adobe. But in Power Director, I'm in version 13 or something. Power Director corrects all that.
Yeah, it does. And I only have 12. and I think they're up to what, 19 or 20 now.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
19 is the last version.
19.
Yeah.
See, I'm still using 12, and I haven't even scratched the surface of the power of that program.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Microsoft Word. It does 10,000 things you'll never want to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
It does
That's what
one
I'm telling
good
people
thing,
about
though.
VFDs. People open a book on a VFD and look at it and go, "Oh my God, this thing's got over 300 parameters." You go,
Yeah.
You only need 2 of them, or you only want to do 3 things out of those 300.
Yep.
Don't sweat it. You know. You
Well,
just
that's
gotta
why we just call you, Stan.
Yeah. Well, just don't call me when you buy a Chinese drive with an instruction book I can't read.
Oh no.
Oh, you mean you don't know Chinese by now, Stan?
No.
Oh.
We went out and changed. We ran out to Palm Springs. We changed out 6. There was a quantity of 6 10 horsepower drives. We took them out of the control cabinet and threw them in the trash, and they were all basically brand new. Got installed, got powered
You mean
up.
you sold them on eBay?
No, I mean that customer put them on a pallet, ran them out with a forklift, and put them in the dumpster. No one could read the instructions. No one could program them. They weren't getting any support from China, and we bought 6 10 horsepower American-made lens drives and drove them out there, and installed them and programmed them, and had them running in about 4 hours.
I haven't tried any of those lens, but they look like a good drive.
Literally, I've been installing lens for a long time.
Yeah.
I have never done a warranty on a lens drive.
Yeah, we use mostly ABB and Danfoss in our industry.
Yeah, Danfoss is a pretty good one. The book's a hard read. I've never tried the ABBs. Where are they made?
I think they're in Texas. I mean, they're native. They're Germany, I believe, but they're local in Texas, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I've looked at the Allen Bradley drives before. They're all over the place. Some of them are South America, some of them are Mexico. But the Allen Bradley's got good documentation. You know, as long as they've got a good book or a good CD-ROM you can read, it's okay. But it's when they don't give you any support, they're junk. You know.
Yep. The lens manuals are really good. I listened to you and put them on my mill and lathe, and they're awesome.
The drives are very intuitive. They're overbuilt. Capacitor banks are oversized. The DC bus is heavy and robust. As long as you sized it properly in the beginning, you'll never burn that thing up.
Yeah, the price point looks good on them too.
It's not bad.
Yeah, if you go ABB, you're going to pay dearly for them.
Yeah. Oh, Allen Bradley too. Allen Bradley, You're paying for that name.
Yeah, the company used to try to force us into using Allen Bradley PLCs. We'd been on Modicon for a long time and didn't want to change.
We've been doing Siemens PLCs. Those are interesting. They network really nice.
Yeah, Siemens owns Modicon now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
We tried Siemens VFDs, and they're hit and miss. We had quite a few that didn't survive long.
Oh, really?
Yes, especially if you try to run them on single phase. They don't hold up well at all on single phase.
Hey, Al. Al, one of the viewers wants you to tell what's your channel and who heck are you?
It's Al AWD Jr. I don't know why it did. Last week it came up on there.
You got to put it in yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was on there last week. Now it just put the first one in. I got a weekend project I'm doing. Randy left, but he's got a turret lathe. I'm making little turret parts for my lathe. This is actually a Brown and Sharp tool holder that I put on my Logan Crosslight. I made a base for it. And these are circular form tools, if you guys are familiar with them. They're not too, I can't find my camera. They're circular form tools that go on to, and I made a welded one. It started out like this. So you got to get the center line. If you're familiar with Brown and Sharp screw machines, and I'm putting it on my Logan, kind of making my Logan into a turret lathe, and that's what I'm out here working on. And I thought I'd chime in, but Randy is a turret guy. I know that for sure, but that's what I've been playing around. It's cold. It's 9 degrees last night. I was out here and it was 9 degrees outside.
Oh man.
I got 2 electric heaters. I'm gonna have to sell my car to pay for my heat this month. That's no problem.
Bubba's in jail, Harold?
I give you a Bubba joke at the end of every video.
Yeah.
Somebody wonder if I've seen Bubba lately. I told him Bubba's in jail for drunken singing.
Hey guys, let me show you my update on my balancer I'm making.
Go for it.
I finished turning the wheels.
They're big.
All right.
Yeah, so I got 4 of these guys all made up. I had to make a mandrel to turn them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then it was my first time using one of the Steve Barton boring bars.
Those things are
solid
great.
machines.
They are
oh
awesome.
man,
Those
very
things-
impressed.
That thing cuts nice.
Like butter, really nice. No
If
chatter.
you don't have the smaller and larger one, Dean, you
I
definitely
only
to
have the
get 'em.
half inch.
Oh man, they kick butt.
Yeah, very nice.
If
Yeah,
you've got a
I-
3/8 boring head, that'll work in a boring head really nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to order a 3/8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I still got to fit the bearings. I got the new bearings. They're just rollerblade bearings. So I'm gonna pop one seal off and clean the grease out so I can just use oil. So hopefully I can do that without wrecking the bearings. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. It's just moving slowly.
So what makes the boring bar work so much better?
Oh, it's solid carbide.
Oh, really?
It's
So
stiff.
there's no deflection.
And plus the inserts that he uses on them.
It's the triangle insert. I can't remember the name. He gives you the sheet
I think
that
he
has
uses
the part number.
The
I think he
insert,
uses
I think he
Kyocera.
puts them on the bar, Dean, doesn't he? Oh no, it's on the tube. He puts them on the tube. The replacement insert.
Yeah. I could grab it and look. And then I got the double ended, so you got a spare end in case you mess up the other end. Let me see if I can find the tube.
CTMC insert maybe?
I can't remember offhand, but I'm still on the first edge.
I'm pretty sure it's a TPM.
What's that, Stan?
I think it's a TPM.
TCM?
Yeah, TPM T22.
There you go.
Good guess.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, that's just really sweet. Really happy with it.
Solid carbide. I wonder if it's brittle.
Well, if someone's going to break it, I'm probably going to be the one.
It would be rigid though.
Yeah. And you've got to
I'm not
email
just
them for the
one.
price sheet. I don't think they have it up on their site.
Yeah. Interesting.
Hey, Ray, did you see I got the Monarch down off the dollies and down on the ground finally?
The what?
The Monarch.
Oh yeah?
Here, I'll switch the camera real quick.
Okay, let's check it out.
There it is, sitting on the ground.
Oh, that's a beauty. Did it have leveling feet or did you make them?
What? No, it's got leveling jacks built into it.
Nice.
Yep.
Boy, I can't wait to take a spin on that baby.
There you go.
What's the weight on that, Stan? Like 5,000?
I got a 5K reach lift here, and I pulled the back wheels off of it, trying to pick up just the headstock end.
Wow.
I had to pull in a little closer. I got in real tight and boomed way up with a real long strap, and I was able to pick it up high enough where you could slip the dolly out from under it on the headstock end. The tailstock end isn't that heavy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Where do you have it sitting in your shop?
that's in my new section of the shop.
Oh, okay. That's why it didn't look familiar.
That's my brand new side of the shop, and there's no roof over that part yet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's all right. I got a tarp for it. I just uncovered it for the video.
Hey, I just wanted to show this to Steve.
And I'm in the other side of the shop over here, but here I got a roof.
I see that.
And I got my golf cart under a roof, so I'm pretty happy.
I just wanted to show this to Steve. This is your recommendation, Steve. See if I can find the camera. Where the hell is it? There it is. So your comment about making a spud. Come on, goddamn camera.
The other direction, Chuck.
It's like looking in a mirror.
It's everything backwards,
Hey,
Chuck.
hey, Chuck, you're going to make me throw up here in a minute.
There it is. There it is. So I turned the spud on the lathe 8 degrees, and it was off about because I didn't use a sign to put it in. I just went off the protractor, and it was off two thou front to back. So I just set it up on the surface grinder and ground it at 8, and it's perfect. And the block registers onto it real nice. So now I can go on and figure out what's how to square the block up to the bore,
Okay.
and then see how crappy the collets are.
Hey, Chuck,
Nice.
I was thinking about you the other day. I put a end mill on my ER32 collet,
Yeah.
and I put a 10th indicator on it, and it was off by about 3,000. So I loosened it, and I rotated the collet 180 degrees relative to the locking nut of the, the chuck.
Right.
And it was reading 2/10, which is a run out on my spindle.
Yeah.
So just by rotating the collet from the locking nut, you can have that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Given that we're all using,
Yeah,
the less expensive.
I found with the ER collets, the nut is a very important part of that collet because I found the same thing. I did a whole video on the Banggood one, and I found that if you rotate that collet where the nut seats in different places, you could get some of the run out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you use a ball bearing, the bearing type
No.
on the nut? No.
No, I don't think the Banggood one is, but it's just a machine nut, and the nut is not a very good quality steel. A lot of people chimed in. I mean, that video has a lot of views and a lot of comments, and a lot of people said, hey, get a good quality nut, and that's probably going to resolve a lot of the issues because the collets are okay as long as you clean out the inside edges because they have a little swarf in them.
Yeah.
If you clean them out real good, the collets are fine. I think the problem is in the nut because you could always grind the chuck too.
Yeah. So who makes a good nut?
I would think Royal possibly, or I mean, now you're talking big money, but they got to be out there. Brown and Sharp.
Martins.
Interesting talking to my Banggood rep. I said, hey, these blocks I got, they're junk. You really want me to do a video and explain that? And he wrote back and said, hey, people understand that we don't sell the best stuff, and just be honest and do a video on it. It's okay. Yeah. And
Hey, that's good.
And in truth, most hobbyists, they're going to use it. They're not going to check it beyond a couple thou. They're fine. They're going to get something done. And for the price, the price of the product, you can't beat it. But
If I was doing this for a living, and if it was costing me time, which means profit, then it makes more sense.
$500 for a ER collet chuck,
Right.
But here's the interesting thing. Here I'm checking these ER collets, right? And then I'm thinking about it, and I go, I take my 5C blocks, put them in the mill, put them in the lathe. I never check them. I just make my part and go.
Yeah.
I said, maybe I should go check them. No, I don't think I want to go check them. I'm happy.
Probably better not to check.
Yeah.
All right,
Harold, I appreciate